excited to be with you again this week for week 2 of She Rose of the Bible. If you remember, this month is Women's History Month, where people are celebrating women and their accomplishments, their bravery, all that they do. People are celebrating women this month, and so we also wanted to celebrate some amazing women in the Bible that maybe you know about and maybe you don't. So before we get into it, you already know it's worship time, and we want you to get up and let's worship our awesome God together.
Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to worship and serve an awesome God because we all should, right?
Yes!
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns forever and ever.
Our God is an awesome God.
And He
reigns forever and ever.
Our God
is an awesome God.
He
reigns forever and ever.
Our God is a holy God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a holy God. He reigns forever and ever.
Our God is a holy God.
He reigns
forever and ever.
Our God
is a holy God.
He
reigns forever and ever.
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 Our God is a mighty God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a mighty God. He reigns forever, and you say, our God is a mighty God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a mighty God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a healing God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a healing God. He reigns forever, and you say, our God is a healing God. He reigns forever and ever. Our God is a healing God. He reigns forever and ever. 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 Forever and
You
ever.
are awesome, God. You are awesome.
You are awesome, God. You are awesome.
You are awesome, God. You are awesome.
You are awesome, God. You are awesome. You are mighty, God. You are mighty. 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 Forever and ever. 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 Forever and ever.
Amen. They did so good. God is so awesome. I have been a witness. I've seen God's awesomeness at work this week, and I wonder if you have too. How have you seen God show up in an awesome way? Maybe he woke you up. That's pretty awesome. Maybe you ate all week. Like, that's pretty awesome. But my favorite part of God's awesomeness is seeing all the things that he creates. I love the mountains. I love the beach. And so that reminds me of how awesome our God is. And speaking of God being so awesome, he used an amazing woman that we are going to learn about today, and her name is Rahab. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Rahab, but we're going to learn about her, so let's take a quick look at this video.
This is Rahab. Rahab lived in a town called Jericho. Actually, she lived in a house that was part of the outer wall of Jericho. And God used Rahab to help his people enter the land he had promised them. The problem was that the city of Jericho was in their way, so 2 spies went to check it out. When the king of Jericho found out there were Israelite spies in his city, he sent people to find them. And even though Rahab knew it would be really dangerous if she got caught, she chose to protect the spies by hiding them in her own home. She did this because she knew that God was on the side of the Israelites. She had heard the stories about how they escaped from Egypt and how God split the Red Sea for them. And she knew that if God had told them to defeat Jericho, it would happen. And she hoped her family would be protected. So the spies promised her that if she hung a red rope in her window and didn't leave her house, her family would be protected. Then they climbed out of the window and went down the city wall. Rahab was brave when it wasn't easy. She trusted that God would protect her, and he did. And even better, many, many, many years later, Jesus was born into Rahab's family. And that's a little bit about Rahab.
So a really quick recap. Rahab essentially took in 2 spies because God told the children of Israel that they were going to get this land, and the people of Jericho, they were in the way. And so they had to defeat them, but they needed some help. And so Rahab decided to help. Now, if you didn't know, Rahab didn't have the best reputation in her city. She was known for doing some ungodly things in her past, but in this moment, Rahab chose to help God's people. And what she did was very dangerous, actually, because she could have gotten in a lot of trouble and they could have gotten killed. Like, who knows what would have happened if Rahab didn't help. Even though she admitted to being afraid, Rahab still chose to act in courage. She still chose to trust the Lord. Rahab said that she had seen how God had delivered the children of Israel before, and she wanted to help them. And so that's exactly what she did. She was courageous, and courage is simply doing something even when you're afraid, doing the right thing, helping, showing up even when you're afraid. That is what Rahab has taught us, that we should all have courage, not just women, not just us girls, but everybody should act in courage. We should do the right thing. We should protect God's people and trust God even when we're afraid to do it. And so Rahab taught us one more thing. Rahab also showed what it meant to just not only care about herself, but to care about her family. So when Rahab knew that the children of Israel were going to defeat Jericho, she said, please do this one thing, not just for me, because I'm helping you, but can you also spare my family? Can you spare my friends, spare my brothers, my sisters, all these people that were connected to Rahab? So what she did, her actions wasn't just because she wanted something, just because she wanted to stay alive, but Rahab wanted to help those she loved as well. And so that is who we learn from today, Rahab. So this week, go be courageous. Go do something that's right, even if it scares you. Do something for other people. Don't just think about yourself and how you can be okay and how you can get what you want, but think about those that you love and how you can help them too. Have a great week, Victory Kids. We love you so much, and we will see you in person if you want to join us next Sunday. Have a good one.